welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm your humble host, West Coast Wolf. Not feeling too humble today. A little under the weather. Trying to get sick. I'm going to do the best I can with you cats. I want to talk to you guys about the executive order that awakened the other minorities in this country. But before I do that, first off, I want to go into some details to make sure everybody who hears this broadcast now or the replay on YouTube, I want you to understand something, because I know in this time and age, black folks reading all the wrong books and all the wrong material. I'm going to give you some things tonight that you should be aware of, because it might sound, elementary to some of you cats. Some of you might think it's elementary, but I can guarantee you, your brothers and sisters and brothers that may hear this broadcast will not know these things I'm going to let you know right now. So I'm going to talk to you about a few things. We're talking about a little bit about government, because these things I had to learn myself, and I want to make sure everybody who hears this broadcast also understands a few things about government. Now, number one, I'm going to talk to you about the powers of the government. Under the system that we live in, the Constitution, in this government, federal government, there's 3 branches of power, okay? 3 branches of power. And I'm going to go into the 3 that we have in this country, okay? Number 1, the first branch of power is called the executive branch, okay? The 3 parts. This is the president and about 5 million workers, okay? We have second, the legislative branch. That makes up the Senate, which is the Senate and the House of Representatives, which represents Congress, okay? Congress represents the Senate and the House of Representatives, okay? Now, the third branch, the judicial branch. The judicial branch is the Supreme Court and lower courts. Everybody knows what court is. But the Supreme Court has the last say on anything happen, come down the pipe in the federal government. They have the last say. Now, the first part I'm talking about in detail. The other 2 parts, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to give you a rough overview of those 3. So when we get into the piece about the executive order, you're going to understand a lot more why I'm bringing this up front. Okay? So, the executive branch. I'm going to leave that for last. I'm going to do it in reverse order. I'm going to do the judicial first. Most of us people are black people dealing with the judicial branch in so many different ways. You're going to court for whatever tickets, for whatever criminal case, whatever fake case they put on our people. We're dealing with that a lot. So the judicial branch, part of our federal government, includes the Supreme Court and 9 justices. 9 justices, those who sit on the Supreme Court to decide the final outcome of a particular case, okay? There are special judges who interpret laws according to the Constitution. These justices also, they only hear cases that pertain to issues related to the Constitution, okay? And they are the highest court in our country. The federal judicial system also has the lower courts located in each state to hear cases involving federal issues. So at the state level, you have a court that hears anything to do with the Constitution as well, okay? Now, this other part, the legislative part of our government, is called Congress. This is the Congress makes up our laws, that things that we have to abide by in this country, okay? Congress is divided into 2 different parts. One part is called the Senate. There are 100 senators, 2 from each of our states. Another part is called the House of Representatives. Representatives meet together to discuss ideas and decide if these ideas, bills, should become laws. There are 435 representatives. The number of representatives each state gets determined by its population. Some states have just 2 representatives. Others have as many as 40. Both senators and representatives are elected by the eligible voters in their states, okay? Now, the last one I'm talking about, which should be the first one, but I put in this reverse order so you'll know when I get into this deal about the executive order that just passed through Trump's hands and he signed. The executive branch represents the President of the United States and administrators of the government. He enforces the laws that legislative branch, Congress, makes. The President is elected by United States citizens 18 years and older. We know that. These votes are set together by states and form the electoral college system. That's why some states have more votes than others. The electoral college system is in play. States have the number of electoral votes which equal the number of senators and representatives they have. It is possible to have the most popular votes throughout the nation and not win the electoral vote of the Electoral College. What happened to Hillary Clinton this last time around? She had the popular vote, but she lost in the Electoral College. That's why Trump won. Okay. Now we discussed that. I'm going to go into the executive order. What black folks have to realize, I'm not talking about nobody else. What our folks have to realize is how things work in this country. Too many of our people don't even know how the system works. It's not your concern because we're not in power of any kind. But you need to know what will affect you. It's like having a hammer. Okay, if you're a carpenter, you understand how to use a hammer. You know what? But a hammer can be used in many ways. Because you don't know how to use the hammer, you know what the purpose of the hammer is, it don't mean the hammer can smack you inside your head and put you to sleep permanently. It's still a hammer. Now, whether you know it's a hammer or not is irrelevant. If I hit you with one, you're going to understand, or you're going to die in the middle of a pool of blood with a hole in your head. Either way it goes, you can know how that hammer works in my hand or not. You still got hit with it. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about the executive order that President Trump signed. It was blocked, but let me just read to you. I want you to understand what was in the executive order, okay? I put some reference notes up, but I'm going to give you just a few inserts. But family, let me explain something to you, family. Executive orders are put in place as soon as he signs them. This is not something that takes some time to go through. This is the power the president has to put something in place right now. Not later, not going through Congress to get it into law. It's law as long as he's the president and doesn't get blocked by anything like this last one got blocked. But I want you to understand the verbiage on what was going on in this executive order, because it's very important we talk about this tonight. Okay? Now, I'm going to read you some inserts from the executive order. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's too much to read. But I'm going to give you some inserts. It's called Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry in the United States. Okay? It's not labeled anything about Muslim whatsoever. So the news and media talk about that, but it doesn't say Muslim at all. But this is how white folks, white supremacists get down. They will make things and they'll put things in place that will affect your life. But they won't say nigger. They won't say black folks. They won't say African American just for you. But they put things in place. It's called a system. System stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. That's a system. The white supremacist is a system. It's also religion to them. So what you have to understand is just because you don't vote, or if you do vote, just because things don't go your way in this country or not, you still won't be adversely affected by things happening in this country. And it's better to know ahead of time what you're being affected with so you can know how to counter that. If I can tell you a week from today, there's going to be a man that walks up to you on the sidewalk. He's going to have a gray jacket on, a long trench coat. He's going to have a hat. He's going to have black gloves on. He's going to pass you on the street. And he's going to sock you in your mouth. You know what? Some people might want that information, because if you had information and this dude indeed happens, you can counter that punch if you're smart. But if you don't want the information and you decide, you know what, I'm going to just, this man, what the hell he talking about, I'm going to live life like whatever. And you can believe whatever you want. But I tell you what, a smart person would be on the lookout a week from today with somebody wearing a gray, long trench coat with gloves on, just to be on the safe side. That's what sound-minded people do. They listen, they take everything in, and they decide what they want to listen to or not they want to listen to. But they take everything in to understand, to infiltrate that information, to study it, and say, you know what, does this apply to me or not? Because in this country, there's a lot of things going on right in this country. People assume President Trump was bluffing. You see, he wasn't bluffing. You're looking at a billionaire white supremacist, white nationalist. Father had been caught at KKK rallies, arrested for that back in the 30s, 40s. You're looking at a seasoned vet on getting his way through the laws of this country. Now he became president. One thing about Trump, I give it to him, he's smart. You know, I'm not saying he's smart in the sense of, as far as people might think book smart. No, he's not book smart. No, he does a lot of things by trial and error. He's a winging it type of dude. But one thing I can say about Trump, if he don't know how to do something, he gonna go to people who know how to get stuff done. So beware of his cabinet. His cabinet got some of the most white supremacist racists in America, and they be advised by the Klan in so many ways, other white nationalist groups like Breitbart. These guys know what they're doing. They're seasoned politicians and racist. So what you need to understand is because this ban did not really affect us too much. I mean, yes, it's a few black Muslims. It's a lot of black Muslims in this country. Don't get me wrong, but they was born here. A lot of Muslims try to get over here from other countries. Okay, we have a few black Muslims from other countries coming try to get here. They ain't gonna get into business, but that ain't something new for us, family. It was the business for a long time. Okay, so my point to you guys is to go over this executive order. Just kind of look at how this stuff is worded. Okay, by the authority vested in me as a president by the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, including Immigration and Nationality Act, 8 U.S.C. 1101, sequence in Section 301 of Title III, United States Code, and to protect the American people from terrorist attacks by foreign nationals admitted to the United States. It is hereby ordered as follows. He has this in sections, right? The first section in Section 1 says purpose. The visa issuance process plays a crucial role in detecting individuals with terrorist ties and stopping them from entering the United States. Okay? He talks about September 11, 2001 and what happened there. I ain't going to go into that. Okay? Numerous foreign-born individuals have been convicted of or implicated in terrorist-related crimes. He's building his case. So he uses that as a way to build his case in Section 1, the purpose. Okay? The ban and the impact. The impact of the ban impacted about 134 million people who got banned from the U.S. 134 million, family. All right? That's a lot of people. It affected about 325 million in total. That's everybody getting the hassle from the whole deal. Okay? Now, section, he talks about, in addition, the United States should not admit those who engage in acts of bigotry or hatred, go figure, including honor killings, other forms of violence against women, or the persecution of those who would practice religions different from their own, or those who would oppress Americans of any race, gender, or sexual orientation. Notice that. He makes it as if he's protecting us, but they have an agenda. It's a back-end agenda. Okay? The policy, this is the policy of the United States to protect its citizens from foreign nationals who intend to commit terrorist attacks in the United States and to prevent the admission of foreign nationals who intend to exploit United States immigration laws for malevolent purposes. So he's talking about now the immigration system here. People coming here to rob us and whatever. And he talks about in Section 3, suspension of issuance of visas and other immigration benefits to nationals of countries of particular concern. And they gave them 7 countries, right? So it's a lot of verbiage in this. Let me go down some more. I want to show you some other things. Implementing uniform screening standards for all immigration programs. The Secretary of State, Secretary of Homeland Security, Director of National Intelligence, Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigations shall implement a program as part of the education process for immigration benefits to identify individuals seeking to enter the United States on a fraudulent basis with intent to cause harm or who are at risk cause harm subsequent to their admission. So they're talking about people who get in here under false pretenses to do some other dirty work in a terrorist thing. But they can virtually make them lose up along the way. If you look suspicious being a black man coming back to the country and you happen to be a Muslim or you can't pass the test they got going on, they can basically find ways to deny you access to the country. Okay? They have Section 5, realignment of U.S. refugee admissions program, fiscal 2017, 120-day period. They want to deny access to certain groups of people from those countries, so they say. Now, you ask yourself this question, family. Why does he have a 120-day notice? Why is it a 120-day ban? Any ideas on that? I'm just going to tell you why. It's a stall tactic. Why they put something more concrete in place. This was a test. It was a stall tactic to block things from happening while he get things together, because he know many folks do not want him to be president. He's pissed off a lot of people. So he want to block access until he get it right and study it deeper and deeper, because he didn't really go through the proper channels to get this executive order, which is why it got blocked. Okay? But don't mean he going to give up. Trump is a lot of things, but he ain't no quitter. So I'm letting you know right now what's coming down the pipe. Rescission of exercise of authority relating to the terrorist grounds of inadmissibility. They plan on revoking visas for people who had one already background check and everything. Okay, Section 7. expedited completion of the biometric entry-exit tracking system. Okay, Department of Homeland Security, they will implement a biometric entry-exit tracking system for all travelers to the United States, as recommended by National Commission on Terrorist Attacks. B, the Secretary of Homeland Security shall submit to the President periodic reports on the progress of the directive containing the subsection A of all this section. The initial report shall be submitted within 100 days of the date of this order. So they want to track people. I've heard word people want to put chips in people's skin and whatnot. We ain't far from that, family. We're not far from that. Look what they're doing. Visa interview process to make sure you're legit in their eyes. The list goes on. Visa validity, reciprocity, okay, transparency and data collection. They want to get more information on what you do online, Facebook, whatnot. They're looking at everybody's profiles on every social media you have if you consider to be a terrorist of some kind. Okay? They're looking at you, they're getting the access they wanted. So when you go overseas, if you go overseas, they'll be looking into a lot of your whereabouts if you're into any of them 7 countries, or if you're a Muslim. Okay? So it's a very long list. Let me see. I want to see some other things here. What else I want to show you? So if you look through this document, family, you don't see anything about Muslim. Muslim's not there, but everybody's calling him a Muslim ban because he leaked that during the presidential campaign. Okay? He leaked that saying that he wanted a Muslim ban. And he knows he went back in executive orders. Once he signed on the pen, it's effective that day. So I need the people to understand something. You think you got a lot of time to get ready. You think you got a lot of time to sit back and twiddle your thumbs and do whatever you want to do for your life. I'm telling you, you don't have that kind of time. It's an illusion that you have time. These people thought they had time. These Muslims who come to this country, who try to look for a better life, those who look seeking refuge, totally seeking refuge, honest people, some of them, they were sadly mistaken. They got people here, family, that got rejected on the holiday break, on a break for their holiday to see their family in their country, couldn't come back. People went on vacation with legal visas, legal authorization, no known terrorist ties. They would sit on a plane back, trying to get back into the United States of America. I'm just telling you, family, executive orders, when those things happen, that's like today. It's like now. And it kills me some of my black folks. Some of you guys think it's a game out here. You think you got the time to do whatever you need to do. And I know everybody got their own business ventures and every people doing their thing, got to make money. I get it. But I'm telling you something bigger than that. If you have a 5-year plan right now and you're a black person in this country, that 5-year plan don't mean shit. And I say that respectfully. Your 5-year plan don't mean shit because you may not be able to implement that plan in 5 years if you don't take care of this problem today. We got problems we ain't taking care of right now. And we making big plans for the future that we may not even be in. Your children may not even be in this future. Because if you don't prepare yourself today, like these Muslims who kept tracking this country, who didn't prepare themselves, think they're in America, land of the free. They drink the Kool-Aid, and they thought it was all good. And I knew it wasn't going to be all good. I knew this man, if you look back in the post I put in the group, those of you who are in the group, you scroll back a few months back before this year turned to be 2017. If you look back around November, December, October, quarter of last year, you'll look at a post that I put up. I said, Donald the Destroyer. That's what I called it. Because if you look at his business dealings, yes, he's a billionaire. But you know, anybody can be a billionaire if they're white, come from a rich family, got a good head start, and arrogant enough and bold enough to do it. We could all be billionaires. Who's white folks? Okay? I'm not saying black folks can't be billionaires. We got a few black folks billionaires. But I'm saying it ain't easy. And 95% of people who getting it done, they done shit on somebody. They done stab somebody in the back to get where they at. You don't become no billionaire in this country of capitalism, and you accepting some people along the way up. I'm sorry. It don't happen. Very rare. Somebody got shafted and they got it removed. Some of them can't even talk about it. Some got assassinated. Some got put on a one-way ticket to somewhere, exiled somewhere. But to become a billionaire in this country, the way America is set up, chances is great. You screwed a lot of people to get where you was at. You can be a millionaire, yes. But a billionaire? In this day and age? So I'm going to tell you something about the Trump. I'm not going to read the whole executive order. I'm going to send a link in there for you to look at the whole thing. If you're interested in really learning about your life and what you really have on the cusp right here. If you really want to know, you'll read it. If you don't, you won't. My point to you tonight is give you a wake-up call. Now, there's a lot of talk in the hood now. Everybody's scared. Everybody's worried about what the next move going to be. People watching the news all day long. You know what? I got tired of that. I just cut it off. I'm done. I get the insert, I get the highlights. Because, I'm not one of them people, those who in my close circle are not the people who are going to be struggling the most in this deal. Because we are preparing. I'm just trying to get people to understand something. Whatever priority you got right now, family, you need to drop that. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm saying it as a friend, as a brother, as a community member. I'm telling you right now, if you got a 5-year plan, you need to scratch that 5-year plan. You need a 2-year plan, okay? You need a 2-year plan. Because in 2 years' time, a lot of things are going to change in this country. And personally, family, from me to you, and everybody who listens to this YouTube and get this far in the broadcast, who got their mind straight, a 2-year plan is all you need right now. And it's a survival 2-year plan. It ain't a business survival. It's not a business 2-year plan. It's a survival 2-year plan you need to have. And unfortunately, if I went down the street where I'm at right now, I guarantee you 90% of people here don't have no type of rations, don't have no type of medical supplies set aside, don't have no type of emergency kits set aside for whatever happened. A big earthquake, which will be used to remove black folks who've already been gentrified, isolated to some areas already, most of them. It'll be used to let people kill each other in the hood. Those who don't have resources will be at your door when Walmart and everybody shut down. So I'm just telling people right now, and I want you to really feel me on this. Get a piece of paper out. Look at your pros and cons. Look at your life goods and your do's and don'ts. If you don't have a 2-year plan, a survival 2-year plan, chances are great. When this man signed an executive order, it's going to happen that day. Chances great, it's going to affect you and somebody you know in the worst way. Because you didn't think it could happen to you. I talk to white folks in my business every day, and you know what? It just, the things they telling me. People telling me, oh my God, this is the millennials. Oh my God, I just can't believe this happened. I just want to wake up from this dream. I just want to wake up. I just don't think this is real. I just look at them like, yeah, I can understand that. But in my mind, I'm saying, you stupid. You are so freaking. You've been living your white bubble world so long that a white supremacist come along and he got you shaking, got you shook. But let me tell you something, family. I made this call also to say a few things, and we might disagree on this, and it's okay. We can disagree. But I'm telling you right now, family, I don't care what kind of problems other people are having that's not black folks. I don't have sympathy for people who are getting kicked out of this country. I don't. For they're not black. The non-black folks, let me just tell you something. I'm not against nobody, but I don't have no emotion left. I don't have no sympathy left. I don't have no tears left for other people. They chose to come to this racist-ass country. They chose to be here for the land opportunity. I get it. We got resources you don't have in your country. I understand that. But black folks built this damn country. So excuse me, family, if I don't give a damn about nobody who don't look like us having a problem in this country. Matter of fact, I'm glad the limelight's on somebody else because I'm so tired of hearing about black men getting killed in the street. From the guns they get from the white supremacists to the white supremacist cops, race soldiers who playing like cops. I don't care. I can give 2 shits about what happened to the man that's not black at this point. I'm like, you know what? That's great. Perhaps they focus on you for a while because they've been kicking our ass for 400 and some years. But what I don't understand is this. As a military-minded individual, like myself, like a few others that I know. As a militant person that I know, some people on this call, this would be a great time, family. This would be a great time for black folks to get their head out their asses and put something together for 2 years. It'd be a great time for you to get off your ass and make some real plans for 2 years. It would be. Because right now, the limelight is not on us altogether. We need to use this time wisely to get our shit in order. Because I'm telling you, what I fear most, family, I'm going to tell you what I fear most. I grew up poor, and I fear dying poor. That's one. Number two, I feel like if I'm going to die for a cause, because I'm going to die anyway, like my brother Marshall always say, let me die with some real warriors. Let me die with some real brothers. Not these punk-ass people who think they some leaders in the community, those who talk a lot of smack about what other people is doing, who really is doing nothing different. Because the reality is this, family. The thing we miss in the community, and everybody know what it is called sacrifice. Nobody want to sacrifice shit no more. I'm trying to find a few that are, and grab them with me, because if I'm going to die in this country, if I'm going to do something or something will happen to us in this country, I'm going to have to die. I don't want to look to my left or my right and see no punk-ass motherfuckers next to me. I'm sorry. I'm here to say that. This not the PG-13 show. Because we need to step it up. And I'm bombarded with people not doing anything different. They are zombies in the land. And Martin Luther King, we can talk about I have a dream speech. Let me tell you about Martin Luther King. At the end of his life, family, before he died, he had become to the realization that I've known for many years now, that you can't play nice with these white supremacists. They ain't going to be nice to you. You can try to hide and be under the radar. That's why, I breathe like a dragon sometimes. But you know what? I have to. Because around me, everybody's so timid out here in the street. The white folks, the little millennials got the best thing of everything, privileges and whatnot, so timid. The people growing up now today, they don't go outside and play. They play video games all day. They can't cut the grass. They won't get out there and get off the ass. Mama, dad asks them to go pick the trash out. They won't do that. They complain about, these shoes, I'm going to get the new joint for $300. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Mama, why don't you give me this? I'm so sick of it. I'm surrounded by people in the street. Not my brothers and sisters on this call, because y'all understand. Not people in my group, because y'all understand. But the rest of us out here, we need a whole lot of chin checking going on out here. Because marching save your time marching if you ain't going to do nothing about it. A march don't mean a damn thing no more with us. A march in the back of the old days, a march was to let you know what's going to come next. You feel me? A march will tell you, guess what? We're going to march to get this thing done today. We're going to come out 1 million strong or whatever it is. 100,000, 50,000, 5,000, whatever. But this shit better get done. Next time we ain't marching, we're going to make some serious power moves. So you know what? I'm telling you something. Watching the marches on TV, on the internet, on Facebook, it got me a little numb, family. I'm tired of seeing marching. You know why? Because I picked the white folks, talked to the white folks on this job. Oh, they so excited to go to a march. Oh, I can't wait to get out. I had to do this. I would love to support the march. Bunch of bullshit, man. They so excited like they going to see a movie or something. I want to say, you dumb, you ignorant son of a... Don't you know this is not a game out here? You marching because there's something to do. You might meet a new chick or a new dude out here. You marching because you might see somebody you know to go have fun with later. It's all exciting because a lot of out there doing it. We are a packed people, family. Let me tell you something. We are a packed people. We are a tribal people. We like to run in packs and groups. But the problem with that is, if you're not the leader of that pack, you're not in the upper leadership of that group, you're going to go where the big crowds go. Your group might be the strongest in the land. You might only have 25 people on your team. Amongst people over here, 2,000, 5,000 members strong. You're like, wow, I want to be a part of that. That seems like real progressive shit going on over there. I'm sorry, family, you are losing your mind. Even for people who read the Bible. Let me say something. The Bible say broad spaces is the road leading up to life. No, it says narrow is the road leading up to life, and broad spaces is the road leading up to everlasting destruction. The broad road had all the dummies on there. The narrow road had all the smart people on there. Now, why is that? Maybe there's something true to that, huh? You think? Maybe there's something true to that. Everybody got these big groups, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5,000 members strong. I think to myself, like, you know what? It's a simple math, family. It's simple math. I mean, I did mortgages before. I calculated money before. I know how this money thing works. Let me see if I get my pencil out. Let me see what we can do. Let me see. 5,000 members in your group, and y'all ain't built shit. Okay. 2,000 members in your group, and only 3 people eating. 10 people eating. Okay. So you telling me you want to be part of that because there's a lot of people in it? Family, I'll tell you something. When this thing go down the country like I think it's going to go down the country, you're going to wish you listen to reason. Because I firmly believe, family, if not put into law, there's going to be an executive order that's going to have our name on it without having our name on it. Some of you going to get that. Some of you might not get that. I believe at some point in time, under this man's rule, under this man's dictatorship, there's going to be an executive order come down the pipe with black folks' name on it, but not our name ain't going to be on it. I gave you a little insert of an executive order for the Muslim, the quote-unquote Muslim ban that don't say Muslim on the executive order. They blocked it this time, but Trump says it's going to be overturned. I'm saying it maybe don't be overturned, but I bet you come with something else. Be a little bit more cleaner this time. But it's coming. And you know, I like this. I don't care who you in your family. If you got some white folks in your family, if you got some Mexicans in your family, you got some Latinos in your family, you got some Syrians in your family. I don't care about none of that. Because in the end, when the smoke starts and the fire going, everybody going to separate. I got family members who've been to prison. Okay? You may have white friends on the street. But in prison, everybody separates to the race. Now, you ask yourself, think about this for a minute. They got something called, quote-unquote, prison rules. Okay? You go with your own people. Not because you got a half-brother that's white, unless, you know, he look black or whatever. Not because you like you like white folks, you like Middle Easterners, you like Mexicans. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's about survival, family. It's about survival. Okay, this group, this organization, for some of you who don't know, this is not built to make somebody a millionaire. It's built for survival of the sound-minded black race in America, particularly where we live, the Bay Area, and 2 hours any direction from the Bay Area. This is this group about. It needs to be taken nationwide with our motto, but you do what you can, you go as you go. But my point to you is, most groups out there, most people doing their thing, they're not doing it for the right reasons. You see, I look past all of that stuff because I looked at a lot of different groups. And I see they about making money. That's great. But when you put something on your group called black, as in black people, you better make damn sure it's some black people who looking to help black people. Not just make money on black people. You make damn sure. Because what I know is this. We need to be focusing on our mindset, not our pockets right now. And I hate to say this to some people, y'all gonna get it, but tell you what, you need to work hard at this business that you do to make your bills every month. You need to be working as hard on that as you do in this organization that we're building. You need to do just as much work. I'm sorry, no other way to do it. Because here's the problem with that. You got a 5-year plan for your business. You got a 10-year plan for your business. You may have a 20-year plan for your business. But if you ain't here, your children ain't here, you got wiped off the face of the earth, you got exterminated by the white supremacists in the country, your plan was worth for shit. Your plan wasn't worth nothing because you didn't see what was coming before your plan got implemented. And that's my whole focus, family. We build a football team, and we got a few blockers. But the opposition, they got a great quarterback, and they got a mean, fierce lineup of linebackers running to crush there and crush the quarterback on this side. Okay? Now, I'm the coach from the sideline. I used to quarterback, though. But now, I want our kids to quarterback. I want our people who got the strong legs for it to block for our children to have a chance in the future in this country if we're going to stay here. If we're going to stay here, we got to fight for it. So, I'm on a coach planning the players to the sideline now. But I can quarterback too because I've done it before. We building a lineup, alignment. We need blockers. We need blockers. This company is a blocker for the black community. I don't care what nobody else is doing. This is what I'm doing. This is a company for a blocker for the black community. And people say, oh, we speak for the black community. That's not everybody. Yeah, it ain't for everybody. You know why? Because everybody is black ain't down for us. So we got to get some of the people who we can. We got to pick and choose who we going to work with until we get to enough force so we got some smart people in here, some strong-minded people in here who can block. Because if you're trying to block for a cause and your opposition is bigger and stronger than you, they're going to run your ass over. I can't be strong for everybody, okay? I can't be strong for everybody in the black community. But what I can guarantee you is this. Those who join the organization, I'll be strong for you. Because you, to me, is what counts. Now, part two of this whole deal is this. I'm very fearful of the day I got to put the crosshairs on another black person. I'm fearing that day. So when I tell you my fears in life, dying poor, because I started out poor, okay? Number two is looking at my people make stupid moves. Look at them waste their resources, waste their time and effort on frivolous things, trivial pursuits. It hurts me to watch that. That's why I'm so hard. That's why I'm so passionate about this business, about this organization. I hate watching you make decisions that's not going to benefit your future. I hate watching people make decisions they're not going to be around to implement. I hate doing this. Okay? 3, my third biggest fear is this: having children who don't have a chance to grow up in a sound environment. That's my third fear. My fourth fear is this. I'm going to say probably my last one, is putting the crosshairs on another black person because that person now did not prepare themselves for a Donald Trump type presidency. Now they don't have anything resources wise. Now they coming to my door with that shit. And I got to lay you to sleep because you didn't get ready for that. And you ain't on the inner circle with my team. So now you want to come over here looking for somebody to give you shelter, to give you quarters. After you've been told 3, 4, 5 years in advance what to do and what not to do, but you didn't want to listen. Now you want to come with your hand out. This is my fear, family. I don't know about nobody else. This is my fear. This would get me up in the morning to campaign for my people, to find those who want to survive this deal. My fear is I got to kill another black person because it gets so bad in the hood because they shut the routes off to get supplies for the hood. They quarantine us out these little foreign-ass cities with no jobs at. Then all of a sudden they come through with the executive order to quarantine, curfew, and shut down passports and visitation for us to leave the country or anything. And they get no resources in the community like they did in Katrina. No resources given out for us. I'm looking for that day to show up. And then the next man next to me, the dude down the street from me, he see me doing all right. I'm not getting skinny like he getting skinny, like they're doing in Venezuela right now. I'm not getting skinny. She see me not that worried as they are worried. See me getting around good. Wonder what he got over there. Wonder what's going on with him. We need to go ask him because he's not looking like us. Well, let's go just find out what's going on with him. And they find out I have a few things set aside. They want to push my head back and take what I got. Okay? My fear is my sisters out here who in the struggle with us. Single parent homes, don't have no man nowhere. My fear is that they might get a hold of you in a time of crisis and rape you every day. Make you some sex slave. And if you're not good looking enough, you're not worth somebody's time, they make you cook for them, make you do slave work for them. It's fear. Katrina showed me a lot. They know the mistake they made in Katrina. They won't make them again. So whatever they're going to do in this country, it's going to happen on the watch you ain't ready to take. So if you got a 5-year plan, scratch that shit. Scratch it. And to live to see 5 years. You don't know. I live every day as if this thing can pop off any given time. I don't live looking at life like, oh, I got a 5-year plan. No. And put it in God's hand. I'm going to just pray about it. No. I pray, but I make moves. I pray with God. Say, God, I ain't been the best man in the world. I ain't been the worst. But I'm trying. I go my life every day looking at the focus of the next day's job and focus of the next day's opposition. I go into this world every day, work my ass off to get a better life for my future for my friends' future, for my family's future, and for those in the business organization that's rolling with us. I work every day for you guys. Every day. But what I hate to do is get all that shit done, do all I got to do. And in the end, we all get exterminated, or most of us as a group. Not us personally, this group. I mean, as far as black folks in America. Most brothers wasted their time. They caught up on trivial pursuits. Sisters caught up on trying to get a man. Caught up on trying to, get the next flashy thing. Watching the Kardashians all day. Whatever it is. And that day come along, they sign executive order and shut the community down. And you get to experience things you ain't never thought you experienced in your life. I can't tell you all the time. I can't stress this enough. America is not built with civilized people. Let me just say that. Let me just tell you straight up. America is not built of civilized people. This country was founded on slavery, more unique than any other country you've ever been in. And what I'm telling you is this. Take away a man's resources, take away his food, his water, medication, his shelter, you're going to see a civil unrest that you ain't never seen in your life, that nobody even talked about in this country. But USSR, when they collapsed over, they can tell you about it. When Venezuela can tell you about it. But we ain't had that here. And we got more guns in this country for every man, woman, and child. And I fear today that you realize you in the shit. And you ain't ready to be in the shit. Nobody's ever going to be ready for this. Nobody. But what you can do, you can try to be ready. Now, you come to somebody's house empty-handed. You're going to get desperate. I don't care how tough you think you are. And if you ain't never had a day without eating and sleeping and having food and water in your belly, tell me what you think you'll do. Because you don't know. I've been there. That's what scares me. Because I know people that I care about going to lose their life on some bullshit. Sure, some people going to die anyway. I know that. Who knows who? The point is, you give yourself a chance to make it, to survive for your generation. You don't know. That was a great movie I watched, and it said something about a man had a woman tied up in a basement. She was a slave for him because she killed his little daughter on accident. So he tied her up and said, you know what? I had one daughter. She gonna give me another daughter. Tied her up. He had his way with her. She got pregnant. Unfortunately for them, she died before she could have that baby. But the point is, he said this. He said, you know what? You'll be surprised. He said, a man can do anything when he accepts that there's no God. Now, why did I tell you that? He said, a man can do anything. I thought about that for a minute. He's absolutely right. A man can do anything, and I mean anything, when he accepts there is no God. Now, why am I saying, of course there's a God? Of course I believe there is a God. But I'm telling you, there's people growing up, 2 generations not been to church. 2 generations not even had a spiritual family member close to them. 2 generations of children growing up not knowing if they're going to live or die. A person gets in that situation who has no spiritual background whatsoever, never was taught to fear God and what you do. Take away that person's food and water supply. Let them see themselves in a situation no coming out of. You'll be surprised the kind of shit you'll be in. Because a person you don't want to face, who don't mind dying, who don't fear God, think this is it. I've met people like this. Place you never want to be. We got too many sisters out here with a bunch of kids with no man, and they think it's okay. You're a strong black woman. I get it. But let me tell you something, sister. You ain't strong as you think you are because you ain't been tested. Welfare is not just on black folks. It's on everybody. But I don't care about everybody. I'm talking about my people for a minute. If you're on welfare, if you've been getting by on welfare for a long time, you've been fed. Try getting by not having welfare. Try getting by a week without food in the community where they shut us off. Try getting by a week without water. Try getting by a week without medicine for your children. Don't tell me what you will do. Because somebody that's going to care for you, you might sell the whole group out. You might go and sell your whole family out just so you can eat. You don't know what you will do. unless you've been in a situation that's desperate. You can pray about it if you want, but let me tell you something. When your body start calling, God put in this, and I tell people all the time about the slaves, how they do stuff. Listen, I'm being real tonight. I'm being real tonight with you guys tonight. I hope you guys don't hurt. Hope you don't cry too much on me. But I'm gonna tell you something. Your body starts shutting down from not having proper food and water. See, God did amazing things for our body. You have survival built into you. Survival built into you. Do you know when your food is going out your belly, what happens? Your body starts cannibalizing itself. It starts eating the fat around your organs to survive longer. And when you get to the point where you ain't eating a couple of days, a week and a half, cramps, terrible cramps. Your mind, you start getting delusional. You start looking at things different. I'm going to tell you, you get psychotic. Folks ain't ready for that. And I'm going to tell you something. I've been there, and I did some things that it scared me. I said, wow, I didn't know that was there. But now that I know it's there, I'm trying to help you understand. Family, don't make no 5-year plan. You don't have that luxury. We're not white folks here. We're at the bottom of the barrel. And I mean the bottom of the barrel, I mean Mexicans on top of us, Filipinos on top of us, Middle Easterns who come here from Syria on top of us. Everybody has resources around here given to them on a silver platter. Black folks taking the brunt of all jokes, community, everything. So when I tell you, I'm in tune with what's going on every day today. It's too many ignorant people out here in the world to have a situation where things don't go quietly. It's not. It's not. No indication whatsoever that things don't go quietly for us and nobody else. The problem with that is, family, most of our people mentally are slaves still. Here's the problem. Other folks who came here, they ain't been conditioned to hate each other. They ain't been conditioned to go against their own kind. Just the opposite. They have culture. They believe in staying and sticking together like we used to have here. But we 2 generations removed, family. You best believe something. If you live in a place with all Mexicans and you're the only black family on the block, some pop off, they cut the community off. I can guarantee you one thing, family. It's going to be a matter of days before they come and decide, you know what? This black family over there by themselves. We got 10 families to feed on this block, all Mexican. Let's take what they got first. We kill them, their supplies. We live on what they got. Then we got a little bit longer till we get some aid on this block or this city. I'm telling you, if you're in a place where you think you can get, I have people telling me they want to live with the white folks and live where it's nice. I got you. Yeah, it sounds good. Trayvon Martin, he thought the same thing. Gated community got killed. Man left with the gun. Didn't even get arrested. You think you're safe in a white, all white neighborhood? All Mexican radio, all Filipino neighborhood, all Syrian neighborhood, all Tongan, Tagalog, or Samoan neighborhood? Any other mighty group besides our own? Hell, our own neighborhood? You think you're safe? You're not. And the killing part is the police going to be on high alert whatever happens. They're going to give orders to them to do whatever it is they do. And the first part I believe they're going to do is they're going to give orders to stand down and let us kill each other. And that's exactly what a lot of people are going to do. So I talked to you about your 5-year plan again. You don't have that luxury, family. You need a 2-year plan. Hell, you need a 90-day plan. If you ain't got no plan, you need to start on something right now. So the goal of this organization, family, it's about awareness, it's about training, it's about survival. Because here's the thing. Here's what I hate to see. I hate to see only the knuckleheads survive this deal, whatever it's going to be what this man going to do. Imagine having a whole city with mostly predominantly black folks, predominantly baby boomers, few college-educated kids who went to school, good boys and good girls, came back to the community, did something nice for the community. Just a handful. Imagine the whole city being shut down. They kill off all the older people, all the seniors get killed off by the knuckleheads in the community. All the nice people that they've been raised, went to college and came back with nice degrees, real nice and young, ready to work, put something in for the community, 25 years old, 30 years old. They get killed off by the knuckleheads. So in the end, when the smoke clear, they come in to send the National Guard in. They send whoever it is they send in to finish that, to quarantine that or shut that whole riot down, that burning of that city down, after they let it go 4, 5, 6 days, a week or whatever, 2 weeks, whatever they do. Now they go in just to kill the knuckleheads. That's all that's left. So when I tell you this company, this organization is for the black community, yeah, I'm speaking for the black community. Not the knucklehead community, but the black community. Those who can be reformed, not those who can't be changed, can't be reasoned with, can't be brought to our side. Not those. I'm talking to those who can be brought to our side. If your man said, if your son is sagging his pants, or he a thug or whatever, want to be a thug, we ain't gonna write him off just yet. We ain't gonna write him off. If he didn't have no father figure, I expect him to do what he gonna do. Everybody not strong to be that strong leadership of the crew and be doing the right thing. I know that. I get that. Every man's not made the same. But if he can be reasoned with, we can get him to our side of thinking, then we're offering him, we're bringing him in to the fold. But if we can't reason with him, he said his mind to destroy and kill and do whatever, then he on that side. My point I'm making to you is this. When I say the Bay Area black community, I'm talking about the black community with sin. I'm talking about those who are sound-minded in their judgment, those who want to see good for the community, those who don't mind participating in the community's positive efforts, those who want to be a part of society productively. I ain't talking about everybody in the black folks community. I ain't talking about everybody. And I tell anybody that. I met one lady going to a CPA office talking about how, well, you represent this, you talking about you help everybody. And I said, hold on. I never told you I was for everybody. I ain't going to never say that. Not for everybody. I'm for sound-minded people. Those who can be reasoned with. I'm for young men and women who can be trained to be the right way. See, I'm real unique in that aspect. I don't cross nobody off because you've been to prison. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is, are you willing to be reasoned with now? So you killed somebody in the hood. You was in the hood. You was in the gangbang. You shot somebody. They dead. You did your time. You out now. Okay. What you want to do now? You was on drugs for a while. So what? Okay. What you want to do now? You reform. You ready now? You had some mishaps in your life, and you might be confused sexually. I understand that. We have a certain role. We have some kind of role. We have something for you to do. We don't just kick you to the curb. We'll do the best we can. We're not going to condone your lifestyle. We ain't going to let you practice with us. But we will work with you if you're willing to work with yourself. See, I ain't judging everybody. God judge everybody. I ain't judging nobody. I'm not just judging nobody. But my thing is this. If I can't reason with you, if I cannot reason with you, you got to go. You got to go. Because I'm tired of arguing with people who are unreformed. I'll just say that. Unreformed, unrefined. I'm not doing that no more. I'm on a whole new kick right now. I don't have the energy. Those in my group, we don't have the energy to just waste our time on deaf ears. We got to move on. That's why I can't wait till March show up. I'm doing some house cleaning. So my thing is this. Don't have more than a 2-year plan. And if you're not invested in yourself and your family to secure your family in the event of something go down in this country, your investments are scattered to the wind. I hate to be the one to tell you this. That's why I just look and shake my head. I see a lot of folks doing things that I talked about doing as far as having people, speakers come into town and people promote a big speaker. I talked about that 2 years ago on my YouTube channel. Maybe somebody copied that. People talking about bringing big names in here and doing this. They doing that now. Okay, what you doing with the money now? Okay, you did a great thing. That was good. People got information. That was great. Where's the money? What you doing with the money now? Just flip it back and do it yourself. Where's the money going? Are you trying to build something that we can stand on? Because that's what my people want to do. We want to build something that we can stand on. We want a place of security for our people. Because everybody can't coexist together. Everybody can't. There's black people and there's black people. There's black people and then there's other kind of people, the unreformed, unrefined people. And my point is this. Going forward, there's no way in how we can all be able to live together like hunky-dory. We ain't going to all be able to live together. And black folks, the biggest problem is mostly our women. I'm going to just say it. They got the biggest problem this way. Mama included. Their biggest issue is they don't know when to let go. That's their biggest issue. It's the maternal instinct. I know God put it there. God bless your sister. But the reason why we're not advancing the community right now is the men that were the strong men that we had are locked up in prison. The other ones are dead. There's a few of us out here left to lead community in the right direction. Only a few. And when I say a few, I mean percentage-wise in the nation, I think it's probably less than 10%. That's how I feel. Because I've had too much travel time to see. Because once you get to know people, you begin to see what they do, what they really care about. I'm a watcher. See, I watch. I don't say much about what nobody does with their life. I'm just watching, observing. See, that's why I don't spend time with everybody. And I'm going to tell you something hard, fast, family. And you might think I'm crazy for saying this, but you know what? You got to let go of some people. Those you care about, those you love, some of them is in your family. And when I say let them go, I mean you got to limit your time with them. I ain't saying you can't love them. See, the white supremacists who built this old system that we have, we're living under, they understood this, and we don't understand this yet. We don't. It's clear we don't understand it. I mean, you know how many mamas I meet trying to save somebody, not even in their own household, but trying to save somebody that can't be saved by them? Some things, family, I'm going to just be real. Some things it's going to take God to change people. Some things it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take destruction, like a Trump, to change some people. That's just what it's going to take. So I've accepted Trump as the president. I accepted that. I'm dealing with it. I wasn't for him. Didn't like Hillary neither. But I understand something a lot of people don't understand. It really don't matter who the president's going to be, because we ain't getting nothing done without them. We're not doing no. What people doing right now? Let's say they put Hillary in. Let's say they put Obama in here for 6 more, 8, 10 more years. It don't matter. What has happened for black people in the last 8 years for us? Anybody building any community centers? We got any land? We build some great big community center in every nation, every major city in the nation? No, nothing like that. What we got? Nothing. Few knickknacks of glimmers of hope somewhere here and there, but nothing real, because when it comes down to our people, family, nothing's going to happen until we move on it. And if folks been waiting 20, 30 years to move on stuff, they should have been moved when they had the power to do it. Some folks made the wrong gamble. They moved on the wrong way, and they brought around the wrong people, and they let the people they brought in shut it down, didn't continue on with it. You get an A for effort. You can go to your ancestors knowing you tried. But other people, they could do something. They just don't even want to try. Until they wake up one day and realize the problem is on their doorstep. Then all of a sudden, everybody want to be revolutionary now. Everybody is talking about what's going to happen now, what they're going to get ready to do. Where was you at all another time? Somebody got to wake you up? See, we waiting on white supremacists to wake us up. Well, they got Trump. I know people who are applauding right now that he's in office. They're not applauding because they like Trump. They're applauding because they know black folks going to try to unite or something. Well, I thought some of that was a little bit movement going on when he got in office. But as things die down, I don't think most black folks ain't going to do nothing different, because the TV still come on, you know? You can go out to the grocery store and get groceries still. Might be the same amount, but you can get before, but you can still get some food. You can go down to, get you an ice cream. You can go down to the store and get you a soda pop. You can go down to the movies, watch a movie. You can go home. You got some kind of shack you living in, or you living with somebody, or you got your own place, or you living in your car on the street. You fine with it. Folks in San Francisco, tent city, everywhere's a tent. People popping up in there kicking it. But you know what? They getting fed by Glide. They getting fed every day somewhere. Somebody feeding them. Somebody bringing them resources. But what would happen if they stopped doing that? You see, Donald Trump now is threatening to cut off California's federal funding. Now, I don't know legally what all he can do about that. I don't know all the legal things he can do about it. But I'm sure he could do something. He'll figure something out. Those who are in California, how could you handle that? If they cut your financial aid in half, your food stamps in half, those who need the food stamps, those who need certain things, what happens if they just done away with unemployment? You get laid off from your job, all of a sudden, no unemployment. What if they just wrote that in the law? No more unemployment. You got 1 month of severance pay, lose your job or fired, don't matter, 1 month, that's it, done. What if you wrote that into law? Because we got to cut back on programs for the social programs. Well, what if they did that? Not just Obamacare or Affordable Care Act, cutting welfare in half again. How about cutting off unemployment? How about letting them have it only a month unemployment off and that's it? You get one check if you leave your job and that's it. What if that happened? You think the crime? You think the crime wave would show up in some of the inner cities? Did there be more prostitution in the street? I think so. Because from what I've seen, all they're doing is adding more policemen. They're not adding more services. And Donald Trump has broke a lot of companies, including Trump University. Okay. So what he's the type of person that he's a trial and error type of guy. Trial and error. So after a time, he breaks stuff. He just do it again. But all this time he's been around, he's 70 years old. He knows what needs to be broken and what needs to be fixed. Now, folks thinking he's going to do something for black people. Well, if he do, good for him. But what I know, people behind him in his cabinet, no such thing's going to happen for black folks. I'm just waiting for the day. I'm dreading the day because now people ain't serious yet. So I'm dreading the day because people ain't serious. But I'm waiting for the day that he signs something to affect black people more directly than what it is now. So as far as everybody else, the immigrants who woke up and they're all up in arms, big deal. I don't care. Because you know what? Enough of them get sent back to their country, black folk could be forced to work in this country. They're forced to give us a job. Okay? Because they won't have little Indians to pull up their little minority card at the office where they got Indians working for them. We got people of color working for us, Indians, East Indians. People of color working for us, Asians from China, Japan. We got people working for us, Eastern Europeans. See? They don't need you and me and me, no. We got people working for us, people, Mexicans, Colombians, El Salvadorians. Yeah. We don't need no black folks. Black folks, not mentioned. I talked to this one guy. He met Hillary Clinton. He met the Clintons, and he took pictures with them. He was some big fundraiser guy. I talked to him, white dude. I think he was gay too, but nonetheless. He met, showed him pictures on his phone about how he met and what he was influential in this certain deals, and he worked for J.P. Morgan. Okay? Took pictures, oh, I love this, I love that. Talking about, he said, we got great programs. This is what he said. Check it out. We got great programs for LGBT community and minority women. I'm like, wow, okay, that's pretty good. Right immediately, what did he not say? We got programs for African-American men, minority men? No. All you is minority women and LGBTQ community people. None of them is us. That ain't black men. Newsflash. You ain't going to have a community where no black men. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to happen. So every program out here is always about women this, women that, women this, women, as if the black men don't even exist in this country no more. Yeah, it's good for our sisters. It's good for y'all got a job. It's good y'all got stuff going on. But the black men who trying, all they can, to put food on the table, nobody's doing nothing for them because they know what's going to happen. We got to do for ourselves. The black men got to rise up and join together like we're doing and put something together for our men because ain't nobody going to do it. Matter of fact, they got a lot of our sisters so caught up in what they doing, they ain't even trying to put nothing together for black men. Okay, those in the high areas of power, most of them, I'm looking every day, reading. Ain't nobody trying to do it for black men. It's all about the children, which is true. But we're going to grow up with no strong black male figure. What's going to happen? The white man figure as a leadership role. On TV, is doing it every day. Shout out to Luke Cage on Netflix. You need to watch that. Luke Cage is a great series. A strong black leadership role. Marvel Comics. Shout out to Luke Cage, whoever produced that. My hat's off to you. Probably the best series I've ever seen on TV for black folks. Most positive one I've seen. Okay? But think about it, sisters. You guys getting a lot of programs for you guys. That's great. But your children don't grow up one day. And you don't have a strong male, if they have a strong male figure to look up to, they're going to up the white one. And that ain't going to go so well for us. It ain't been going so well for us for 400 years. It's continue to get worse. And sisters, let me tell you something. They almost done with you too. They almost done with you. Let me tell you when you get done. You'll get your wake-up call when the next generations of young Latinas, Filipinas, and Asians come up who in this country, second generation, who speak English perfectly and are degreed. Then you get your walking papers. So you got about another 10, 20 years, and you're going to see this. Don't matter how many degrees you got, don't matter how much experience you got, you're going to find yourself not getting a job because they don't need you no more. White supremacy always uses us, family. They ain't never had a plan for us to be here this long. They are so mad that we still here. The Indians roamed this whole nation, family. Just know this. They roamed this whole nation. It took them some time, but they damn near wiped all of them out. Now, we represent 12, 13% of this country. Some of us in prison. I'm not sure the numbers on that. But make no mistake, white supremacists do not sleep. They're always calculating. Trump is a calculation. He's a calculating machine himself. Steve Bannon, his senior advisor, racist runner of a Breitbart, calculating machine. Mike Pence is his vice president, calculating machine. Jeff Sessions, attorney general, waiting to get him confirmed. He should be a damn grand wizard, the way he is. One of the most racist. These are folks who put in power. They want to even the score a little bit. You know what? But you know what, family? It's their fault. It's their fault we got all these damn foreigners over here. You know why? They put all people above black people. They put them over here so long. So long. Come over here. Do what you want. Shit on the black man and woman. Bring the Asians over here. Bring the Mexicans over here. Cheap, free labor. Bring the Eastern Europeans over here. Irishes, Scotland, Finland, Sweden. Bring them over here. Now they're bringing the Syrians over here. Black man can't find a job to save his damn life for the most part of them. They can get a little $9, $10 job. Can't pay no rent here for that. What you gonna do? Not much. Faced with some hard decisions. You got kids already. Because unfortunately for our community, we started having children before we got brains to know what the hell we're doing. That's the biggest problem we have. We got too many people out here having children at an immature age. Don't know what the hell they doing with their own life. They want to pop kids into the community. And now we got to help raise them because they don't know what the hell they doing. And they get out here raising hell. Ain't the kids' fault. They surviving, family. So we take away all the men, women left to build everything. And then it gets to a point where women have been doing it so long, they don't know how to let a man lead no more. They've been doing it so long by themselves. That's how the system works. It's by design that way. It ain't a mistake. The emotions you feel ain't a mistake. It's been designed that way. So little Johnny growing up without a father, he gonna either be effeminate, gay, or a street thug. If he in a bad community, if he in the hood, chances are great he gonna be something that you really want him to be. It's not his fault. Some of them survive it. With a heavy dose of religion, a lot of them survived it. But without that, there ain't nothing left for you to turn you astray when you got to look around and everybody's doing better than you. You can't get a job. What you going to tell a black man? That's why I tell you, I don't judge nobody. Former thug, former felon, ex-felon, you killed somebody in the dope game, whatever it was. I don't care. Well, pedophile, I don't know, we got to give you pause. Pedophile, we really ain't, we're not digging with you like that. But you made some mistakes in your life outside of that. If we can reason with you, we'll see what we can do for you. We'll try to find a place for you. But the key word is reason with you. Too many Negroes that show up to events we've done and they can't be reasoned with. What are we going to do with you, Negro? We can't reason with you. One of the biggest things you can get anything done in the community with anybody, you got to be able to sit down with people and reason with them. You can't do that, it's an argument. You can't do that, it's a fight. Now we're back to square one. That's why I hold my tongue on a lot of things. May not seem like it, but I hold my tongue on a lot of things because sometimes it's better just to leave it alone for the better good of the outcome of what I'm trying to come across with. But unfortunately, people wear their feelings on them or emotions on their shoulder. Everybody can't just let something go. They just got to give it to you every time, no matter what it is. It could be a tidbit. They got to give it to you, let you know how they feel about it. And it ain't gonna make it's not gonna be no progressive for the group. Ain't gonna be no progressive for you for the community. It's just a waste of time. You see? So that's my spiel, family. I'm gonna take some calls, and if not, I'm gonna call it a day. Press 1 on your phone if you got something you want to say about what I've been talking about, and you're allowed to get your quarters to speak. Press 1, and I'm gonna leave it open, and then we're gonna go from there. Let's see. Okay. All right, I got one. Let's go. I got 8730. Welcome to the call.
All right. Okay. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope you're doing well.
I'm trying to get sick, my brother.
What's that? Oh, you starting to get sick?
Try not to get sick. Try not to get sick. Coming down with something. You know what it is. We'll see.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, your program. Not too bad, brother. Not too bad. Hey, your program was really, really informative, and you're right on point on a lot of the issues.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to comment on is continuing trying to build our unity as a people, and then also I had a conversation with someone about beginning to join forces and try to have a nationwide, or you first start with Oakland, to have some kind of caucus or convention, because the things that you're talking about, Wolf, we do really need to talk about that and bring that to the forefront, because you're absolutely correct about some of the issues that are going to happen with our people. And I am one of those people that are happy that Trump is in office. Unfortunately, we have to have somebody white to scare us. But
right. I hope it lasts, my brother. Hope it lasts.
Yeah. Well, I think when we start to continue and then you start to see it materialize and some of the things that they're doing, it'll be a wake-up call. But here's the thing why it's good right now. When you say here's the last, you mentioned earlier in your conversation as sometimes you don't hear me. And timing is everything. So now's the time to drive your point, because I'm sure a lot of people can hear what you're saying and now see it. Whereas if you had talked about this in August, there go Wolf again talking. There go Wolf again talking.
Right.
Just talking.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, I'm sure everybody. What did he say again? So just continue.
I'm trying to hold on, bro. I'm trying to hold on.
Yeah. We here for you. I'm one of those 10% brothers. So
I know. Yes,
I got you.
I
got
agree.
you. Okay.
I totally agree.
Okay. So I just wanted to encourage you. That's it.
I appreciate you, brother. I really do.
Okay.
I really do. Okay, I got another call. Thank you, my brother. Okay, I got another one coming in, 5769. Welcome to the call.
Hey, what's up, Wolf, man?
Hey,
good
man.
show tonight, man. Good
Hold
show.
it down.
I appreciate it.
The fast lane, man.
Yeah. You know, I agree with what you're saying, and you know, it is a good thing that Trump is in office. It's unfortunate that the guns got to be at your head, blowing your ear off for us as black people to react. But that's how a lot of us move. Not all of us, but that's how a lot of us move. But yeah, I mean, I hope that we can have a good mix for this weekend coming up, you know, and I hope that we can move forward, because we got a few people, a handful of people that are definitely, like CJ said, ready to put the money where the mouth is, you know. So hopefully we can have more, because America is a machine. It's a machine that does not stop. It may break down a few parts here and there, but it's not going to stop. And unfortunately, you know, we're not a part of the plan. We're not a part of the plan. So we have to make our own path. If we're going to stay here, we have to make our own path, you know. And there's a lot of real people out there. We just got to keep shaking to find them. And I appreciate the show, the platform. I feel like you found several people through this platform. And you know, I just want to encourage you, because I know sometimes when you feel like you're by yourself or with a small group of people, it can be discouraging. But just keep moving forward. You know, we got your back. You got a few like-minded people with you, and you know, that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, very good show. I heard every word, and as you can see, I got a little friend in the background here. But I just wanted
thanks. You like Daddy?
I know. And this is why I move forward. This is why I'm moving. You know, we can set things up for our kids. Yeah. Remember, everybody on the line, you know, we're doing this for our kids, nieces, nephews. We got to set them up, you know. And unfortunately, our parents didn't set us up, so we have to kind of take the baton and set up our kids. But I'm going to let you go ahead and hit that thing.
I appreciate you, brother. All right.
Okay.
All right. So encouraging, brother. Sometimes the wolf need that encouragement, man. I'm not feeling well today, family, but instead of calling off sick on y'all, I came on here anyway. It's my only off day, and Maybe coming down with something. I ain't do the flu shot because I just don't trust them white folks trying to put something on black man. So whatever it is, I'm going to ride it out. But I didn't want to cancel the show because we're doing this once. We're doing this every first Monday of the month, and it needs to be said, so I'm going to keep it moving. Okay, I got a couple more here. 2697. Welcome to the call, 2697.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, brother. How you doing, man?
Everything is good. I'm just overwhelmed with this situation, you know, but I got to bring my head out of that cloud, and we got a plan. This is where I'm at. Plan. Because, I mean, we need, you know, like I had one brother that I just met. He talked about, well, you know, guys, you know about survival classes? You know, well, where do you go? How do you do it? So maybe you can post some of that, Sean. And I mean,
you know,
exactly.
I posted before some time ago. Yeah,
exactly. We got some immediate needs, man. I mean, people, they need to get an understanding that this thing is going to come to a head quick. This guy on this, like, the executive orders. I mean, executive orders. It's a powerful thing.
That's right now.
It's a powerful thing. Immediately. You talking about a 5-year plan? He can shut all your stuff down with one executive order. It's over.
Somebody heard
people,
me.
They don't
Somebody
understand
heard me. I'm glad you heard me, CJ. You feel me.
Exactly. Don't be fooled. Trump is not going to do anything for black people. Don't be fooled. All you have to do, you want one example, go on, I'm not sure how to pull it up, go on Facebook and look up that thing. Look up the Black History Month where he was sitting with all those black people. It was like a clown meeting. It was a clown meeting.
It was a coon show.
It was a waste of time even looking at it. I mean, anyway, let me calm down a little bit. So I want to say this. I just had a couple of things to the listeners. You know, we need your ideas, and I've said it before. Sean, he don't have all the answers, but he definitely can spark your interest with these questions. You know, he can put some questions out there. You know, some things for you to think about. And the thing is, we need to plan, plot, plan, and everything is nice. You know, I want to say this about the meeting that we're going to have on the 11th. You know, black people, we're great listeners, and actually, I almost have to take that back because we're great listeners, but we don't have a long time span. Because if you talk for too long, people will get disengaged. They get on their cell phones, they'll start talking sidebar, and it is what it is, you know. But we need to come up with our own ideas. We need to plot and plan together. See, the thing is, one mind works okay. 2 minds work even better. 3 minds work great. You know, we need some ideas. Sean doesn't have all the ideas. We need to formulate all of our plans together and start thinking about this thing because it's going to be
I got
too
the ones
late.
that count, though, DJ. Got that. I got the ones that count.
Exactly. And then I'm back to, and then that takes me right to what you were saying about saving people, you know, because I had posted something in our group about, you know, you need to bring somebody that you love, that you care about. I mean, it sure seems funny how, you know, we got some dedicated people, but somebody should be bringing somebody. Somebody should be I know you care about somebody. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it gets right back to what you're saying. I mean, are you telling me there's nobody in your family that you love enough to want to get them educated, to want them to know about, you know, survival skills, learn what you can eat, how to make a fire, learn first aid, how to keep alive if something happened. Okay, say it's not a Trump issue. Say it's not something that has something to do with Trump. Let's say it's just some natural disaster, some earthquake or anything. You know, you guys, black folks, it's going to be bad. You don't know how to shoot. You barely know how to put a Band-Aid on. It's just not a good thing. So I'm just adding on to what you were saying, sir. You know, we just need to wake up, man. Wake up. And I want to say this, too.
We need action. They're awake. They need action.
Exactly.
They ain't got the action.
Exactly.
They see. They ain't got the action.
Exactly. And I wanted to say this about you.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Look. Listen, so I want to say this too about look, that was like I never heard you cuss that much. You were excited, and sometimes that's not great. But the thing is, sometimes we need something to make us realize what's going on. You guys got to wake up.
Thank you, CJ.
Yes.
That's why I told CJ. I said, "Sorry, CJ, I ain't gonna be nice tonight." So like I said. I'm like, if you can't handle a cuss word, then you ain't gonna be handling when they take you upside down and pull your toenails out one by one. You definitely ain't gonna be able to handle that. You ain't gonna be able to handle that when somebody break in your house in a crisis and they rape your wife in front of you. You ain't gonna be able to handle that. You ain't gonna be able to handle it watching your son, your daughter get murdered or your husband get killed or whatever. You ain't gonna be able to handle that either. So if you can't handle this, you definitely ain't fit to deal with nothing in the future. That's the truth. But moving right along, I got somebody else on the phone want to talk. 8518. I'm going to open the phone. 8518. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How you doing, Queen?
Okay. Yes, thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is Queen, and I'm enlightened as well as the previous callers. So I wanted to, if I may, first of all, hope that you're feeling better, Mr. CEO.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah.
Peter, I appreciate you, Rodney and I, and he's a little under the weather. Something's going around, but thank God you can continue to lead us and stay strong. Thank you to CJ and Eddie and Leon and some of the other kings in the group. I just want to give a little shout out, love, and homage, because I do appreciate you all, and I am one of those queens that respect and very tickled to have kings leading the way. Okay, that being said, and I'm also proud of everything you guys have done and are doing and in trying to serve and protect us and your family, children, okay, and the community. So I just want everyone to do. Okay. And so, and to the queens, the women out there who have been doing marching and coming together, well, I just want to say from the feminine point of view that that's great too, and it's about time, because some women they're taking their crowns off and they're forgetting our ancestors, the women who did fight. And a lot of those had a different mindset. So I agree with what you were saying earlier about some of today's women and the brainwashing and the things that have been going on. Because a lot of those women, while they were fighting and marching for women's liberation and these other things, a lot of them were still respecting heads of household, the men, the kings. Right. Okay. So it definitely was a different mindset and doing something to hold up their end of the sky, because the men have been doing it for years and years and years. And they've been holding it up while watching their wives and daughters, etc., being raped and all these horrific things. Okay? So that was a different mindset. And so I appreciate the women today who still may have sort of that same mindset, where we're coming from. We want to do something. We don't want to just sit up and not support our men. Okay? Right. So I just want to add that piece. While there are so many women brainwashed because they got it going on, gold digging and, bling bling and want to be kept women and all this other foolishness, if I may say that respectively.
Right, you got it.
A lot of that, a lot of that's going on. So I'm praying that the mindset of some of these women will change, because we give birth. If it weren't for us, there would be no men. So there would be no men to do what God put in this wonderful green earth to do, So I would love to see more support from women with that mindset, where we're doing things to hold up our end of the bargain for our men, our kings, and being the mothers, the queen matriarchs, and getting a handle on the children, getting that respect back, which is going, And that's the setup you were talking about. That's the plan, to take the man, the black man, the king, out of the household, to continue degrading him and doing everything, because white supremacists will never, ever accept the fact that black men, men of color, are the chosen. They want to get rid of you all. That's why they're doing all this killing, and Trump is in, and we all know all this is already designed for him to get in and be the puppet he is, the clown he is. The sad part, he's a white supremacist clown with white supremacist motives and agenda to do away with the black men. So this is why the immigration is so important, the ban, is because the majority of them are people of color. The hatred they have for the black men here in America is the same hatred for those immigrants. Those are black and brown people. Part is, if we don't do something about us, that's going to be us here in America, because all these rules and executive orders are just a ploy to get, like you so eloquently pointed out, our names on the document, because when they write these orders, they're including black Americans, and some black Americans are awake, as we know. We all are. In the BABC, the majority of us, and those who are not participating, they may not be. But that's another show. So for tonight's broadcast, I like to stay focused on what you're talking about, and I like to make sure that our listeners are understanding. Also, sidebar note, that this is what President Barack Obama was talking about all these 8 years, is that we didn't come here to have fear in the future. We came to reshape it, see, because he knew what the black men could do. I mean, he mixed with white, but he still has been called the N-word. He's still been treated in Congress, opposing everything, as we know. So he pointed out so eloquently in 2008 that change doesn't come from Washington. Change comes to Washington, meaning we have to look out for ourselves. We have to be the one, and if they get it whenever they get it, that's great. But in the meantime, we're doing what we need to do to not be dysfunctional. While they're disagreeing on everything, Republicans do not compromise, and that's what some people are missing, as you're pointing out. We got to do something, do anything. If some of our people would do anything.
I ain't going to say do anything. We got a plan. We do something positive for black people. Let's do that.
We do. Thank you. We do. But some black people do not. And a lot of black people that's not in our group are connecting with us, or trying to network with us. And unfortunately, some in our group that, still haven't heard the call yet. The wolf call may not be strong.
We're about to get a call on Monday. When March 1st comes, we're going to be a call for a lot of people.
Right. Right.
They had to resubmit.
Right. Well, I'm so glad that we're all on one accord, the callers tonight and the listeners who are on the call tonight, because obviously they don't want to lose themselves with this cooning and compromising. There is no compromise with a psychopath. I mean, It's really that simple. So we have to move forward and continue doing what we need to do. Sisters need to rise up, but they need to also understand the man, the head, is the leader. Whoever they have calling themselves a man, a husband, a boyfriend, he is the head. And if that's not the dynamic in the family, well, Houston, we already got a problem there, okay? So I'm hoping to be able for us women to get together, the sister queens. We have beautiful ones in the group with a beautiful mindset and have much respect for our gentlemen, our men, our heads, our leaders. We need to get together and do some rallying, but only to rally to gather ourselves so we can go on with the business of the things that women do. We hold it down. We handle food. We do all these kind of organizing things that help build and lift the black community of men and leaders and kings. So we're all praying for the movement, but we got to be relevant in doing something, the action.
That's right.
That's the action piece. We got people talking. We need the action piece.
Thank you.
How about that action?
And what you talked, you talked about the breakdown, the children, and I was particularly, you already know, my love and passion and caring for the children. And the children are growing up with, you say a skeleton system, church values, no value system. We need to reinstill the values in our children. That's the only way we can save them. Now, some are already out there, and they may come around at some point, but surely the young people, surely parents, surely women, surely we can all work more on helping our children have a better foundation instead of some of the dysfunctional stuff. Start with turning off the TV. I'm sorry. TV is great when you put learning and educational stuff and teaching real Black history and getting rid of the white Jesus. That's a good start right there. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. We need to start teaching our children truth about their Black history, truth about the name of the first slave ship. It was Jesus or Jesus. They wasn't even in the alphabet, okay? So this King James Version, this Bible has been rewritten. And people who are awake, they already know that, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's who he was.
I'm going to give you your own show, Queen. I'm going to give you your own show.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go.
No, you're telling it right, though. You're telling it what it is.
Okay. I really would love for that to happen. The collective vision and the mission, and that's what BABC, we're about. Collectively, we have the vision, and we're on a mission. And that's right. We go in places, and we get in spaces because we need to build our community compound. And those who are with us are with us. And those who are not, well, we may have to check them out later on down the road. At some point, they may wake up, okay? So I wanted to have that. Right. Yeah, and I wanted to thank you so much for continuing to help build our community because we are not confused. We are wide awake here. Some people are preaching to the choir, but I already know you don't need to. You're trying to wake up those who are asleep, like the Living Dead shows we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
It's true. Absolutely
thank you
right.
so much. Get back in the driver's seat, people. Okay, for those who may have took a nap on us. So I want to thank you so much. I appreciate Rodney appreciate, the family appreciates you, and everyone else in the group. And, yeah, we look forward to seeing you all. The Lord say the same. Take care of yourselves, your family. Stay strong. Fear and faith cannot occupy the same space. So we have to lean on each other, care about each other, work together. Women come together and respect the leadership, respect the men, respect the kings, and support. Because together we are powerful. Thank you so much.
Okay, Queen, thank you. All right, we got a couple more here. I got 8035. 8035, Big Marsh. He snuck in here.
Good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Yes,
sir.
Everybody say thank you for Sean to yourselves because I know you can't do it all out like we've done. But the first thing I want to say is thank you to Queen. She nailed it right down. That's the truth. Sean has also this evening brought forth exactly that we all want to do and need to do. But at the same time, he has told you that things that are very important for us that people aren't looking at in your 1-year plan, 9-month plan, 6-month plan, or whatever, is what is the most important thing that there is to sustain life. Number one is water. Number two is for you to hold your health together. I've been real conscious about that as of late, given certain things that have been occurring in my life. To that end, I have a brother I grew up with. Guy's been doing Tai Chi for years, which is a form of exercise, which is a form of health, which is a form of stretching, which helps the body, because we're going to need to be healthy to continue doing what we're trying to do right now. And to that end, I'm going to see if he really can come this Saturday with us. Sometimes we as a people have a tendency to state our opinion and keep stating that opinion even when you're listening to someone else. Sooner or later, we got to get to the point that we can agree to disagree, and on that agreement, move forward. I know from past experiences, there are only a number of individuals that are going to stick together and do what happens, and then the floodgates open when people finally see, yeah, those folks over there are right. Yes, that's going to help me, but more so than that, yes, that's going to help my brother. That's going to help my sister. That's going to help that man on the street, help that woman over there with those children. That's going to help that elderly couple that's down the street. Those things that we know because of the fact that we have been able and blessed to be on this earth to disseminate this information to the youngsters, even though a lot of them are hung up to the point that just like I was when I was about 19, I thought I knew everything, but I had a strong male figure over me that I did not express it because I listened to what he said. Otherwise, my head got slapped, which didn't hurt me. It hurt at the time, but it didn't hurt me. It helped me grow, and we got to help them grow. I can't help everybody. You can't help everybody. None of us independent. Sean can't, but the catalyst for this help is there. The catalyst is right there. This glue that's out there, meaning those of us that continue to come to the meetings, and this being the last meeting where the kind of look at it like this, where the executive council is together. Now we're getting ready to go forth and do something. We got that glue. CJ got that glue. You know, he said it a while back. Put up, shut up, get some money. We got to put it out there. Nobody knows how to spend anyone else's money, but we take care of ourselves first, put that out there where they can see, and we're all right. There's a lot of folks out there, though, that I say this every time. There's always going to be one who try to get in the group, and when they try to get in the group, they're going to end up sniping, going back to someone else to try to destroy the group. There goes jealousy working against what we're trying to do. Right. Anytime you look at the results of the election and 19% of registered black folks voted for Donald Trump, that means I got to take 19% of everything that happens to me and realize that they're not thinking like we're thinking. They think they're going to be just okay. That man sit there and opened his mouth and told people point blank, black folks, I mean, you know, y'all might as well vote for me. How much worse could it get for you? Lord have mercy. If that wasn't an awakening, I don't know what was an awakening.
He said, what do you have to lose? He said, what do you have to lose?
What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Well, it's going to get worse for you. That in itself has just put his thumb down and rubbed on you and rubbing you out. Rub us all out. That's what they're doing. We have to think about our health. We have to get prepared. I mean, in your planning, you better have some water purification systems around somewhere. You better have some kind of way to cook you some food, if nothing else. You better have some candles or something set up. You better have some solar batteries for your little lights or solar lanterns and things of that nature. Okay? You better have that stuff put up because when the lights go out, there you are. And these little knuckleheads running around here that can't take, not no knuckleheads, everybody that doesn't have that convenience of going to Safeway, Lucky's, or wherever it is,
or the taco truck, or the mama house.
You got to watch out for them. You have to watch out for them later on, because if they do that, they may have something set on the side for you to just go kill you off. It's just like you and I definitely do not take flu shots because we know what's going on with the flu shot thing. Mm-hmm. All of that is going to be gone. You're not going to be able to go down there and get your boost, and you're not going to be able to go get anything else. We run around here talking about how much chicken you like. I don't care if it's chicken, beef, pork, lamb, or whatever. Who can slaughter that animal? who can dress that animal where you can take that animal over to that fire and start making steaks or bacon or whatever it is. Who can catch a chicken? Okay? You can't do it. It's not going to be there. That's when this whole place is going to go wild. And if you're not prepared, like I asked the group yesterday, Sean, I asked the group yesterday, how many of you have a weapon? A couple of them had raised up their hand. I said, the rest of y'all don't. How many of y'all that's got those weapons have ammunition? Oh, yeah? How much you got? Oh, I got a box. What? Oh, you got a box? One box? Well, what you going to do?
You're going to miss all them two, and then you're going to miss them. Them all missed shots right there.
You already done did that. As a matter of fact, when the last time you oiled, cleaned, went to the range, or did any of that with any of your weapons? Y'all better wake up and smell the coffee, the roses, the whatever you want to say, and think about what's happening around you right now and fortify yourselves. And I got argument from there because there we go again with it's my opinion, my opinion, my opinion, my opinion, and my opinion. And, yeah, that's good. That's fine. But at the end, they all want to go out and get something. And I told a couple of them, you best go get a shotgun because you're going to be in close quarters anyway. You can't move. You can't do stuff like you used to. That's the only thing going to help you out. And it ought to be a pump so you can have a few extra rounds in it. I say all of that to say this. I'm down for the cause. I'm down for the cause. I will help in any way that I possibly can. And, again, thank everybody for the comments that have been made thus far. Again, thank you this evening, Sean, for saying what you said and bringing us here. And, again, Brother Atkins, I'm going to try to get him up there to see if he can't help with this physical help that we need because we need help. Without you, I can't run a mile no more. You know, I might run, 100 yards and say, oh, my goodness. So I'm going to have to be one of those who sit back and have whatever's necessary to, like the Cowboys say, cover me.
Right.
Okay? And I'll end up being that one. That's right. That's right. So I just wanted to express
that's what the Indians did. The Indians didn't send the old warriors. They sent the young warriors out there. They hold it down. Some come to that teepee reservation, and you best believe they finna catch hell.
That's right. And older Indian was up on top of that ridge, raising his hand, pointing here and there, while the young ones went down there and took care of business too. That's for sure.
Right. Yep, that's
we just got to become one accord, one mind, and one mindset, and work on it fast and hard as we possibly can. Again, thank you to everybody. And with that, my dinner is hot now, so I'm going to go eat. But y'all have a great evening. Thanks.
Okay, bro. Thank you. All right. I got one more call. We got 13 minutes left. I got one more call, 9339. MC Unity. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. Great show tonight. I appreciate everything you said, and I echo what Queen said. I am in agreement, as I think any female who listens to your show probably is, where we stand behind our king. We uplift and do what we can to support and believe that we are not as strong as we were not built to be, and that's not our role. I appreciate the content tonight. It was, just kind of echoing what everybody else said. It was a great show, very informative, very detailed and thorough. I wanted to add two things after Queen spoke. She mentioned about the women coming together. There are several women's marches, and in particular a Black Women's March movement coming in Selma, Alabama next month in March. But I personally I'm torn because I see, some value in it. I believe that Black women in particular do need to come together and have unity amongst ourselves and stop the self-hatred and therefore external hatred against one another. But I think as a race, we all need to do that and just unite, period. And if it needs to start by gender, so be it. So I'm not against uniting with other women, but at the same time, I don't feel like marches and that type of format necessarily is productive.
I agree.
I just really don't believe a whole lot in marches today. They worked in the 60s, but that time is come and gone, and they learned from it just like, we should have. I mean, you can only get them one way once, right?
Well, you heard what I said about it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, so I agree, and again, I'm not against coming together with other women. I just think that there needs to be, better ways. But more importantly, I think when we do come together, we need to talk more about supporting our men and how we can strengthen the families again, which, I did my show on a few weeks ago about the whole family structure. So I'm very pro-family, but, I know that a lot, just from personal experience, I know a lot of Black women who feel like they don't have the support of the Black man. It has been proven, it has been our experience, including mine personally, where I've been in multiple environments where Black men truly were not interested in Black women. Therefore, we feel kind of stuck between a hard and a rock. Like I say, a rock and a hard place where you're trying to support something that doesn't support you. And I would like at some point, I know time is short, have time to really address that. And as I mentioned that last week, I think, or a couple of weeks ago on the call, when Sydney was talking and said, what's it going to look like in 50 years? And neither of you wanted to address my point where I said what it's going to look like is Black men won't be with Black women, period. Like, we won't have any, But I really think that is a serious issue, too, that for whatever reason a lot of Black men don't want to touch. But, that's just something that I think really, really needs to be addressed because, you and a few others might say that, you're here for your women and children, you want to support and protect us, but that does not seem to be our reality as a whole.
Well, I'll tell you partly why.
And many of my friends.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you personally why I think that's the reason. It might be an issue because, a lot of times there is some strife in the Black relationships, and I don't see TV promoting that. And I hate to say it, our people are really prone to drink the Kool-Aid of the white supremacist society. So if you don't put no positive Black couples on TV, you don't encourage Black women to respect Black men, you don't encourage Black men to have a responsible life with Black women, not giving them a job, not having them proper education, not making it hard for them to be a man in a Black community instead of being a boy in a white supremacist system. So it's not really encouraging us to be together. We have to fight extra hard to try to stay together with each other. But then you get together as a unit, then you begin to see the roles changing. Women want to act like men, and they want to be women when it's convenient. It don't work that way. The men that's growing up, guarantee you say your friends have some bad experiences, but I can guarantee you, most of the men that they're talking about, they either real men growing in after the 70s, or they're men who grew up in single parent homes. And if you never had a man in your household who was respected by his mom or by the woman in the household, you're not going to grow up automatically knowing how to be with Black women. You're not going to grow up that way automatically. If you ain't got it through religion, if you ain't got it through a father figure in the house, the young boy going to learn his how to deal with women from the street. And that's the environment that we are in right now. I don't think men dislike the Black women. I don't think they love the Black women. But some of them, maybe at these days and age, maybe most of them, don't know how to love a woman. And I know for sure most of the women don't know how to love a Black man because it's not promoted in this community no more. If I give two generations of women all the jobs, all the education, and put the men in prison or kill them or make it to where it's so uncomfortable for them to be a man's man, they are feminine and they don't want to be a man, they don't want the responsibility of being a man, then who are we going to be left with to marry our children, our daughters? Men hanging off their pants, selling dope, in the street games, watching rappers in this reality, and those will be the men that your daughters will be dating. And that's kind of what we're looking at right now today. So I think that men born in the 70s, early 70s, I believe they do love their Black women. The men after that, I don't really see a whole lot of love going on because from what the ones I see, the ones I talk to, they have bad experiences with women too. They feel like the Black woman's not for the Black man. So they go date the other women because they can say she's more respectable than the Black woman. And I'm going to tell you something as a man.
And I agree.
I can't speak for the women, but as a man, our whole day is consumed with white folks trying to dominate us. This is what it is. I don't see no domesticated men complaining. It's the warrior class of men that's left, that's been developed in this country, who fought against the white supremacy system. Those are the men who had the most problems. People like me, people like Marshall had a problem. People like CJ, people like Aaron, brother Dadon, they had a problems. Not the one that want to go along and get along. They have no problem. And then the one got the white woman. We get the black woman.
I agree.
It's like, okay, he want to be the leader, but then maybe she don't quite want you to be the leader. Maybe she quite should do it part time, not full time. Maybe you could do it when you're doing something I want, but then when it's bad, it's not good. I like it. Now I'm gonna take over and be the man again. See, you can't have it both ways. And people trying to play both ways. Men trying to get sex and babies without taking care of their kids. See, that's wrong too.
Right.
But these are the product of 2-3 generations of children not having a father in the home. It's not by on purpose. It's by design by the white supremacy system. So I'm just saying that a black man deal with a lot, man. I don't want to come home and hear all that yik yak. I've been fighting with these white folks all day. I don't want to hear that. I just don't. And I know most men don't. So you know what? I ain't gonna deal with it. So it's like it's gonna be a fight or I'm gonna leave. There ain't no other choice. And with the women, it's like I'm paying all the bills. You won't go to work. You want to take the trash out. You won't watch the kids. You want to sell dope or play video games all day. Then why I need you? It's the same argument on both sides, different reasons, but it's by design. That young man, I can always point him out. I see a man. I see he ain't had no father. Clearly, trash been sitting here overflowing. And he moved it. He ain't thought about moving. He video gaming it, and he might be 35 years old. So this is our problem.
And so this is comes back to the original point that I wanted to make, and that is I really believe that we really do need to come together in terms of organization and join forces. Your organization in particular is about survival and tactical and practical, surviving, and that's very much needed. We also need, I believe, to have a segment where business and entrepreneurship and how to make money, how to survive economically is very important. I think there's also another segment that's very important where we need to deal with our mental and psychological counseling type, issues to help, coping. And then I believe that we also need, a segment where we were talking about the very thing we were just talking about, the family structure, and getting the current and future generations back with the mindset that we used to have, or our ancestors used to have, about being together in the family structure and teaching your kids responsibility and what it is to be a man, and basically staying in the home and raising your family and respecting one another. So, I mean, there's so many different aspects that make up the whole person, and I think we need to address all of those, and not saying that you personally, because one person can't do it all, So we like maybe it was mentioned having a summit and having forums or something where you have people invited to the table that specialize in the different areas. You know what I mean?
And I agree. And trust me, MC, it's on the agenda. But my point is this: the reason why, let me tell you something for everybody listening still. It's the reason why I didn't start with business. It's the reason why, because let me tell you an example. If I got 100 businesses, all black owned, but they all are run by black people with a white mindset, how long are we going to survive with them? We're not. I have to address survival first. First, we survive this first phase. We survive. We group together. We got the group that we need. Now we go through and training different facets of this. But if I got black folks in the group, we ain't going nowhere with them. I got to clean them out first, which I'm doing in March. So it's like I got to clean the group out first. Then we can start with the people looking for it. And what you said was very true. If people could find those people, like mental health people, I would give them an hour or two on the show and discuss that. We can have them. We have meetings with them, a summit around that. I have no problem with that. But I know we got to survive anything we do first. We can't go past. If I got to go outside and get killed, what I plan to do next week don't matter no more. I ain't here to do next week's deal. You feel me? So we got to survive.
Right. But as long as you're still alive, every day that you are surviving, you also got to eat. You also have to make money, right? You also you have to be able to put a roof over your head, clothes on your back. You know what I mean? And that takes money. So you got to learn. You have to learn how to be economically savvy as well. and learn how to get money the right way, so you don't beat nobody else over the head to get it.
Right. But that's why we
else.
need the right people in the group. You feel me?
Right.
That's why we need the right people in the group, because we can do those things you're talking about. Because, like I say, CJ say,
all right.
Wolf don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, I know, but I know the ones that matter right now. I'm not going to go out there and start a business when I can't eat. I tell you that right. I'm not going to one of the guys who can put the cart before the horse. I ain't going to go out here and I ain't going to eat in 1 week's time, and I'm going to go out here and start a business and I ain't got food next week. That's just, to me.
Well, I mean, and everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur either. Everybody can't survive, starting a business. So that's, even if you're working for somebody else, learn how to be a good employee. You know what I mean?
Right.
Learn how, when you make money, learn how to save and not spend it all. Learn how to invest. Learn how to make your money grow. You know what I mean? You don't have to be an entrepreneur for that. So, but the bottom line is money makes the world go round, and it takes money to survive. So that is just a very important part that we can't leave out.
That's true. I agree. So that's going to end our show tonight. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
MC and everything, but it's good. And some good points tonight, family. I'm shocked. A lot of people showed up. Even though what I said, I appreciate you. But I'm very serious about that. I don't have all the answers to everything we have a problem with, but I'm like Trump in that aspect. I know who to get. When I see him, I know I need him. So it's up to you guys to help me grow this thing, and we can build and get the people in here who can help the middle issues with some people and help folks survive financially. That's what we're looking for. But I'm here to show you the format, the vision of what needs to happen. And right now, we got to survive. So we got to merge business groups. We got to merge together, build one big team. And one wing of it is black business. One wing is mental health, whatever. But in the end, it's survival for the black community, family. That's all I care about. And I don't want to have to. Good night, family.